Sony Michel was in a committee while he was in Georgia, but if he got drafted to the Eagles, well, he'd fit right in because the Eagles go running back by committee. Sony Michel next on the docket on our NFL Draft Film Room series. Brendan Albert is here. I am Adrian Fedke. Sony Michel, what you think?
He's the lead dog, man. I think he's a better running back of the two, but it's pretty damn special when you can say me and my teammate are probably going to go in the top 60.
Yeah, for real. And the other guy being Nick Chubb, obviously. All right, so first three couple clips that we're going to show, we're going to showcase his power a little bit. At least I think that's what's coming. So we just kind of showed Geis and how he can run through arm tackles. Well, Sony Michel can run through arm tackles as well.
Big time. Now we're in the wild dog here, which I love, spelled D-A-W-G for all of my friends down in UGA. But awesome job here, man, of his ability to be physical through the contact. Sony Michel certainly is known for his burst and his speed and his home run threat. But you know what? He came in the combine at 220. Now, I don't think he's going to play at 220. I think he'll play closer to 210. But he's a thick back. He doesn't get as much credit as he deserves for his physicality because he likes to finish runs.
You know why he probably doesn't get credit? Because the other guy that's in the backfield with him, Nick Chubb.
That's probably fair, yeah.
There you go. Because when you think of Nick Chubb, you think of the physicality too, and he's a bigger guy.
Yeah, you would think Nick Chubb is more the pounder, and Sony Michel is more the speed guy. I think Sony Michel is both. I don't think we give him enough credit for how physical of a runner he is.
Yeah. All right, so we see this first clip here, taking an Appalachian State defender from the 4 into the end zone. And we're going to see some more power here. So this is a 3rd and 5, and he bullies past the safety for a first down.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go against Bama here, okay? So when you play Bama in a national championship game, this is bullies on bullies, and this is damn impressive here, is able to really drop play with good pad level and run through contact. And the next clip is really going to show you how well he runs through contact.
All right, so explain it to us, Brendan. Well, what are you seeing?
All right, so what we're going to see here is we're going to see a safety who is going to look like a skid mark on the end of Sony Michel because he's just going to bounce right off him here. But it's the pad level that he runs with. It's how he drops his pad level, awesome balance, ability to get outside, and then you see the speed to get up a couple more yards. Does he score here? No. But you know what? Most backs aren't able to, A, break that tackle, and then, B, aren't able to get an additional 15 yards.
I mean, look at this. He's running over the defender, not losing a step, and then he's cutting to the outside. So you see the power and the agility in this run right here. So you see it everything. You see it all. The vision, too, bounce ability to the outside. Yeah, he's
big
got
time.
it. Yep, He's got it. So one more look at this play. And next thing we're going to look at some of the lateral agility, so some of the jump cutting ability that he possesses.
I think the comparison of the situation between Sony Michel and Ronald Jones are very close because they both bring that lateral jump cut and get vertical with speed quickly. I think that's very fair. I think Ronald Jones might be more straight line fast, but I'm splitting hairs between the two. This is a great example, though, of Sony's ability to get outside and then just be off to the races here.
Yep. Yeah, that's beautiful. So the initial defender goes too far. He cuts to the outside, sees that hole, and then he's turning the corner, and he's in the end zone. So there you go. All right. Next, we're going to see a little bit of vision. So he's got the power, he's got the vision, he's got everything, man.
He does. Now, he doesn't necessarily do everything elite like Saquon Barkley, but he does everything very good. So this is going to be an outside zone situation. He's going to read the overflow by the backers and the defensive backs. He's going to cut it up inside here against Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, he's timing that perfectly. So he's cutting right off that block right there, 74.
And when you say Rose Bowl, you just have to say the granddaddy of them all. It's probably my favorite call of all the games. It makes me love the Rose Bowl, just that the granddaddy of them all. I love it.
Rest in peace, Keith Jackson. So next thing we're going to see, bounce and balance. This is a 3rd and 20, and he picks up a first down on this play.
And you know what, Adrian? It's a 3rd and 20 against an NFL defense.
Yeah.
Because that's what Bama is, right? I mean, this is a 3rd and 20 in a national championship game. You call draws on 3rd and 20 to get a couple yards to get yourself in a situation of a manageable punt, and he bounces it, which is very rare to be able to do on an NFL defense because there's so much speed. Then he shows the balance on the tightrope, and then he's able to get the first down. This was a massive play in this game.
Yes, it was. All right, next thing we're going to see, we talked about the pad level and how he can run with pad level and keep his balance. This is an example of that. And also getting skinny through the hole.
Yeah, really good job here getting skinny. We talked about that with Sony Michel. Ronald Jones earlier too, ability to get skinny. Sony Michel does a very good job of getting skinny, but he has really good balance to be able to be a physical finisher in the run. That's where I think he's a bit ahead of Ronald Jones. I think he's more physical at the end of runs.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got 2 plays that don't look so hot. This is a fumble in the Rose Bowl against Oklahoma. You can see them string this play out, and he fumbles the ball, puts it on the ground.
This is a concern for him. He was a guy who did have more fumbles than you would like. I forget how many. I think it was a double digit when it was all said and done when he finally finished his career at UGA, but he had more fumbles than a lot of teams would be comfortable with, and understandably so. You can be a great runner, but you put the ball on the deck, you got to go sit in the sideline and talk to coach. So This is a big concern of his game.
All right, so one final thing. Blocking now, again, like we kind of talked about it with Darius Geis before this. Not something that, is that crazy, but we didn't get the rest of it there. All right, I'm just going to let you talk about it because I fumbled there. I fumbled there just like Sony Michel did in the Rose Bowl.
That's fine. Here's the thing. Most rookie running backs, and I talked about this Todd Gurley, another UGA running back who the Rams traded up for and got, they're not great at pass protection. That's typically what you deal with rookies. But Sony Michel, look, you can absolutely cut a linebacker when he's coming on a blitz. But here's the difference. You can't cut a linebacker when you're 5 yards deep into the line of scrimmage. If you're 5 yards deep, all that's going to do is it's going to cause a double pile of 200-plus pound humans around your quarterback's feet. And that's the quickest way to make a quarterback uncomfortable is give him trash at his feet. Yes. So this example here, Sony, you got to keep calming up there, man. If you want to cut him, but cut him at 3. Don't cut him at 5 yards deep because that's right in the lap of your quarterback.
Yep, and he was a guy that definitely liked to cut and not get his hands on the opposing blitzers.
And you can cut. Like, I have no problems. If you want to be a cut guy, that's fine. You can be a cut guy, but you have to be damn good at it. And more importantly, you can't cut that deep into the backfield. Otherwise, there's no way a quarterback can ever deliver a really good football, especially a guy who was a freshman here. As good of a season as Jake did, he was still a freshman playing a national championship game. Make his life easier.
Yeah, for sure. Where do you see Sony getting drafted?
I'm a big Sony fan. I'm going to be completely biased here. He's my second favorite running back. I like Sony Michel more than Geis, more than Ronald Jones. I'm not crazy. I don't like him more than Barkley. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But I like Sony Michel more than these other guys. I think his ceiling is higher than these guys because he has a physical ability like Geis. He has the acceleration like Ronald Jones does. So to me, I think his ceiling is higher. But 12 fumbles in his career in college, that's a concern. I think ultimately he's a guy who goes 20 to 40. I think him and Darius Geis are pretty much in the exact same spot. I just like Sony Michel a little bit more because I think his ceiling is higher. But if you're a team like the Philadelphia Eagles and you want a running back to come in right away, I think Darius Geis might be a little more polished to play right now. But if you're drafting a guy for upside, I think Sony Michel has that in spades.
Yeah. I guess the last question I would have is, why did Nick Chubb get the bulk of the carries then and not Sony Michel?
You know, when you're in a committee, it's not necessarily one guy's always getting the bulk. If the stats might show Chubb is a favored, if you also look at that career, if you look at the history of Georgia, Georgia's always been running back committee, and they've always give the upperclassmen the first crack at more carries than not. It's the same thing with a guy like Swift, who's the next running back at Georgia. I think Swift deserved more carries than Chubb. Personally, I think his ceiling is much higher, but Chubb's a senior, so you give that senior more carries.
Yeah, we even saw that at Alabama. What's his name? The kid who ran in the national championship game.
Damian Harris is a far superior running back than Bo, but Bo is the upperclassman.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for correcting me there. All right, so that's Brendan Albert. I am Adrian Fedke. Did you say where he's getting drafted? I think you did.
20 to 40 range. Yeah. I have him ahead of Darius Geist, but I wouldn't be surprised if Darius Geist goes ahead of him. I think it's close, though, between the two of them.
All right. I'm Adrian. That's Brendan. We're out. Peace.
Appreciate it.